Welcome back to the Common Sense Show. I want to talk about sales taxes a little bit. There's a lot of controversy throughout this country as to over the internet purchases, whether or not you should have to pay sales tax. And many states are very hungry for income, and therefore they're passing a number of laws throughout this country saying that out-of-state suppliers for goods bought over the internet have to collect the sales tax and remit it back to the state. And I, again, know that states are shorthanded looking for revenue where they can, but it comes down to a question of fairness and what these sellers are getting back in return. Now, first of all, let me say this. I buy local every chance I get. I try to buy the local stores that come from my area. I'm not a big box guy. I don't like to go to Sam's and to Walmart particularly. You don't get service there. Very few people know where anything is. They don't know the brands. You have to look all around to find someone to help you. Then there's long lines at checkout. You do get a little better break on the price in some instances. I just don't think it's worth the hassle, and I'd rather spend my money locally. So I do buy local where I can. It's a question of interest in terms of your purchase. If I'm buying goods over the internet and a company is located in a different state, then what kind of services is that company getting? In other words, my local seller, when I buy locally, they're paying a sales tax and they're getting police protection, fire protection, roads built. They're getting all the services of the city and the state. But if, say, it's Amazon located outside the state, they're not benefiting in any way. They're just having to pay for the privilege of selling to me in Louisiana. That comes down to a fairness issue, and quite frankly, it's a constitutional issue. Now, understand that a lot of these sellers have warehouses. If there's some local tie, I think the sales tax applies. So if Amazon is based, I don't know where they're based, if they're based in Arizona, but they got a warehouse in Pennsylvania, then Pennsylvania certainly ought to right to get the sales tax because there is a local physical tie. If there's no physical tie, though, I think there's legal issues, and I think it's a question of fairness to the business itself. And by the way, sales taxes are very high. I live down in Louisiana where the sales tax is 9% on average across the state, the third highest in America. The highest is Tennessee, 9.5% sales tax. Arizona has a 9.12% average sales tax. So very, very high in those states. And quite frankly, it's a major factor in the price. Now, some things you just can't get locally, or you can't get the range of things you can get. I'm in the radio business. I might buy a microphone or something more special. You can't get it at Best Buy. You can't get it at your local electronics shop. And you can get an array of products, compare them, have a very detailed explanation as to the differences in the product if you shop online. And I buy a lot of things online for that particular reason. Also, you get into, when you collect sales tax, a real burden on some local businesses. I have a publishing company. If you go to my website, you'll see it's the Lisburn Press. We publish several books a year, collect a lot of sales tax, and have to remit that sales tax to the state, to the local entity. Well, if you make me pay sales tax all over America, I'm a very small operator with just a couple of employees. How am I going to have to do all that bookkeeping and figure out the sales tax remittance that I have to charge in all 50 states? You're getting into a program you've got to buy for your computer. You've got to do all that research. It just does not become cost effective. So you may drive out a lot of businesses who they're too small to get into the arrangement of collecting sales taxes all over America. So that creates a whole list of other problems. So in summary, I can't blame states for wanting to be cost efficient and collecting all the money they can. If money is owed, collect that money. But there's got to be some relationship, some tie. And I don't see a tie if you're buying from some group outside the state, doing no business in your state other than sending something through the mail. That's not enough for me. I think it comes down to fairness. And look, I want to have the option. I'll try to shop locally. I'll do the best I can, but if not, I want to do it over the internet. I don't want to pay that sales tax. I don't think you do either. I'll be right back.